it's Jerry Ann at scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com, and this evening we are going to use scraps. We are going to use our scraps of paper in order to make some cute spring cards. I need a couple of Easter cards, so I've got a couple of sets. I mailed out all the catalogs for anybody who placed an order since last November. So if you placed an order on my website with my Close to My Heart business, you got a catalog coming to you in the mail, and it should be there before the 1st because I mailed them out the other day. So, you guys all are good. I need to share with you that tomorrow, March 31st, 2015, is the last day that you can order out of the Seasonal Expressions 1 catalog. This catalog expires at 11:59 Mountain Time, Pacific, or PM Mountain Time, on 3/31/15. So if you want anything in here, the other thing that you need to know, the things that are retiring. So for those of you who have this catalog who are kind of like, I don't know, the things that have a clock by them. I'm going to see if I can bring you in really close so you guys can see. Okay. So here is this mini Thanks set, and there is a little clock right there, an icon. The little clock says that this is time limited, which means that as of March 31st, you will not be able to purchase that item specifically out of the catalog. So, as we're flipping through here, Heartstrings is no longer available after tomorrow at 11:59. The card kit is no longer available. However, the stamp set would still be available. The Paris stamp set is still available. The Love Ya Silly, or the Amour, Love Ya Silly, Mini Valentine, and the X's and O's are still available. The Jumping Geometrics will still be available, as well this set, which is the Brushstrokes one that we played with a lot last week. Remember, we made these cards so easy and fun. So this one will still be available. Assorted Edges will still be available. Happy to Be Friends will still be available, and I have this one as well, and I think we might use it tonight too because I like this layout of this card. So we're going to make some wishes cards tonight out of some scraps and things. Hopscotch has a clock on it, so the entire collection will not be available after the 1st, or after tomorrow evening. However, a bunch of Thanks will be, as well as Flowers for Mom, the Just a Little Note with the daffodils. Someone Special will be, He Is Risen, as well as the Easter Wishes set. And this set is super duper cute, you guys. Look at this. It is adorable. So we're going to play with that a little bit tonight. Rain or Shine will still be available. The Doodle Designs, the Wish, and Sweeter Than You will both be available. The I Do set, which is the bridal set, and the Handmade set will still be available. The Picture My Life card for Hopscotch and Heartstrings will still be available, as well as the mini books. She's here. The Valentine treat bag and the birthday treat bag sets will not be available. My fave, this little one here, will be available, that stamp set. The shimmer trim in both white and blue will be available. However, the mini clothespins will not be, and neither will the puffies. However, the twine will in Pixie and Flaxen. All of the embossing folders, the ones on this one will be available as well. However, the Operation Smile set is changing. And this is the one that says the bomb, wonderful, fabulous, awesome, irresistible, incredible with the little icon. So that one will not be available. Okay? So that goes through what is and what is not available going on further after tomorrow at 11:59 Mountain Time. However, we have this new catalog that you all are getting on the 1st that I'm going to flip you through tonight. So this is the Seasonal Expressions 2. And the nice thing about it is there is a new consultant kit, which gives you a card opportunity or a scrapbook opportunity. Lots of embellishments in the card opportunity. If you guys are interested, there is a promotion that ends tomorrow as well, where you do get a free bag. All right. There are new hostess sets. There is this bird. This has got text in it. Let me see if I can bring you in closer so you can really see some of them. Okay, so we have this set, which is called Paper Bird, and it is a hostess reward set. We also have this set here. Let me take the autofocus off. I just saw it go blurry here. There we go. Okay. So this one is called Tagged with Love, and these are from the Art Philosophy cartridge. So these tags you can cut out with the Cricut cartridge. There's this one called Exotic Flower, and I'm not really sure I know what I would do with it. I definitely think it would need to be completely embossed, but it just is really, it's mixed media. Mixed media-ish. Alright, so we've got our brand new collection called Blossom. And the paper is just incredible. So those of you getting a catalog, you will get to see the paper in person because you get your little 3x3 square. So here is the one side and the other. Here is this one and the flip side, as well as this one, which is kind of got a geometric pattern, and the flip side, which is pear. Okay? And it comes with compliments, which are really cute, as well as the assortment as well. This is a card making kit, and not using the blossoms. That's what I made my cards with. That's the rest of the scrap we're using tonight to do our scrappy cards. You've got this really nice shower flowers stamp set. So here's a couple of ideas. We might make this card. It's a Wishes pocket file. That's what it's called. Make that card. Let me find a sticky note so we can just mark that. So we will make that card tonight. But we'll probably use a different flower. And then I have this set, and we're going to do some watercoloring. So I'm really excited about it. It's called Wavy Blossoms. And look at the puppy and the kitty. And then you got Friendship Wreath. Nice little wreath there. This puppy and this kitty. I have this set too. And then we have some really cute. This one is Dizzy Circles, and it reminds me of a spirograph from when we were kids. You know, you did the spirograph kind of thing. That one's really, really cool. I think that'd be fun. And then we have a coffee set. Coffee, coffee, coffee cup, a donut, a teacup. It says, I don't know what I'd do without you. I like you a latte. You're like a cup of tea. You warm my heart. Okay. Then we have these botanical backgrounds. And then we have Diploma Day, which is a graduation set. And then we have Smiles Begin With You. So many of my smiles begin with you. Then we have the Jackson collection. And that is really a very manly kind of connection. It's also very I want to say southwestern. It's got a very Native American feel to me. Very similar to stuff that I would see here. And so these are the colors. This has got glacier lines, like wood grain lines. But again, the nice little pieces. This does have a workshop on the go. So all the pieces, the stamp set and everything. Cute little thing. The Authentic Life. Nice little stamp set. Love these little... I think you could turn these over and make a banner because the stamps are acrylic. So you can make them wavy and stuff. That would be a cute little banner. Then you've got your campfire set here. These are really cute. And these will fit on 1x1 blocks, so they're really tiny. So those would make perfect inchies. A Best Dad Ever. And then we have our Salute Our Heroes. Then we have Team Player. We have this, this is called Snapshot Memories, and this is really good for pocket cards. And then I love this one. This is one that I'll be getting as well. I love the little blurby kind of things. Documenting Moments. And then we have Ice Cold Summer with this nice little cup. And then Insta Life, which kind of looks at Instagram-ish kind of, you know, that kind of little thing. And then Finding the Word. So this is a set that we'll use tonight as well. And again, that's a wishes card. So we're gonna work on wishes cards tonight, because I've got that stamp set. And then they have these My Crush books, and these are really great because they're little mini albums that have some places for some photos, some places for some journaling, but really it just is a real simple little project. So they would be really good for, they've got questions that they ask, things to fill in. There's words, when I think of you, I admire you because you inspire me. You know, kind of those fill in the blank kind of things. We do have a Picture My Life for Jackson. And then we've got some new accessories and tools. So we do have a couple more albums to choose from, both in D-ring and post-bound. We've got some washi tape that's really cute, called Boardwalk and Carnival. And the colors in Boardwalk are Glacier, Juniper, Pear, and Slate. And in Carnival are Canary, Lagoon, Smoothie, and Sunset. We have some thick twine, both in Glacier and Thistle this time around. We have Subsequence, both in Oceanside and Coral Reef. They coordinate with these here. We have some enamel shapes in both, called Brave, which is Glacier, Outdoor Denim, Indian Corn Blue, and Pacifica. And this is called Bubbly, and it's in Ruby, Hollyhock, Cotton Candy, and Pixie. We have My Creations Mini Mixed Album, which is really cute. We'll get one of those done. And then the Mini Folio as well. So those are really cute. There are highlighting the shoulder tote and the rolling tote. Really nice pig things. If you guys have a party and want these, you can get them at half off, just like Cricut cartridges, as long as you reach $150. And then the brand new Operation Smile set is called Happy Everything. And this one helps to do the different things needed to help with cleft palate surgery for kids who need that with Operation Smile. So, very exciting. Do you guys have any questions regarding the new Seasonal Expressions IDEA 2 book, or any questions on the first one that will end tomorrow, or the big idea book? Any questions? No questions? All right, if we don't have any questions, I am going to go ahead and get started. I do have an entire brand new package of paper for the Blossom kit. So what we will do is we will pull that out as well and play with that. It should be there, I promise. You promise. All right, here's our one that we're going to use for cards tonight. And we're going to use our wishes book. So for those of you who want to follow along or need some of the measurements for things, those are all going to be in the wishes book. So I probably won't give out measurements tonight because they are in a copyrighted book. And I like being a close to my heart consultant, so I don't want to get kicked out. So, if you're desperate, email me. All right. So our first card we're going to do is called Corner Shop. It is located on page 104 of the current catalog, so you guys can see kind of what we're going to do. And Wishes Corner Shop, we are going to look in here, and that looks like a square card. And it is on page 39 of our book. Called right here. So it's a 4.5 by 4.5 inch card. So I'm going to go ahead and start with getting my base done. And I just use the Georgia Pacific 110 pound paper for card bases because I usually put all the good stuff on top of them. So we need a 4.5 by 4.5 inch card. So we're going to cut 4.5 by 9. Okay? So that's going to give us our card base tonight. All right, we're going to go ahead and fold that in half. We're going to do some watercoloring too. I think I'm going to do some of that. I'm going to move some of my electronics out of the way. Either you guys are so enamored of what's going on, or I'm losing you. Yep. Yep. If you mail these kind of cards, definitely put them in the regular size envelopes. Definitely, definitely, definitely. All right. So what we need is we're going to need piece A. So I've got some pieces that are here. I'm going to go ahead and cut that. So this is White Daisy cardstock. And again, because I like being a close to my heart consultant, I'm not going to tell you the measurements because it's in the book. And the book is only $14.95. So, all right. So let's pick our background paper. So we're going to do exactly the card that's here. So we need to find something pretty and showery and everything. I think we'll use the blue, this paper, because it's got all these patterns that look like leaves and stuff, but they could be raindrops. All right. I'm going to leave a tiny, 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 an 1/8 inch border all the way around. For my card. It's a teeny, teeny, tiny border. There we go. Teeny tiny border. Then we have our matte piece here. And then it shows we've got this little piece here and a piece across. So let's look and see what I've got. That's a pattern paper. You know, I'm going to use a piece of pear. See if I got a piece long enough. Almost. All right. I've got a piece of pear. Oh, that one doesn't go all the way across. Well, that's not nice. All right. All right, so this is going to go all the way across our card. And now we have a scallop border, and the craft looks so pretty with this. I'm going to go ahead and pull some of my craft borders, whatever I did with them. I know I have one right here. Here's one. I have them somewhere. I have to dig, I think. I don't know. They were somewhere. Don't know where I stuck them, but you know what? I at least know where that one is. So we're going to use that. All right. So now we have all the pieces for our card. We're going to want, let's see. That looks a whole lot bigger than, oh, it's got some shimmer trim in there. Do you guys see that? All right. So we are going to need a flag as well. So let's find our paper. Here we go. We got our little flag. So we'll get that settled as well. we'll use that. And all we need now is to stamp out our pieces and pull out some accessories. So I'm going to go ahead and pull this away. So this is called Corner Shop, and it is on a page 39. I'm going to write that right in my book. Page 39. Okay. Here's my, let's get rid of the pile on my desk. Oh, there's some silver shimmer trim in there. Ooh, that might be pretty. Yes, princess. All right, so now we have a space to work on. We're going to go ahead and take I need our white piece that we cut off. And we're going to go ahead and use our stamp set here. Okay. Can you guys see okay? I've got my black archival black ink. The other thing that I'm going to use tonight are our watercolor pencils. These are close to my heart's watercolor pencils. So they have basic colors and secondary colors. They come as a set. They are in the catalog on page... They're on page 180, and you get 24 colors for $26.95. So they're right here in the catalog. So if you're looking for watercolors, that's one place to find them. However, if you already have a set, use what you got. Okay? So... Alright, so our first image that we're going to stamp the umbrella. And of course we're going to rub all the hair off our arm. And I'm going to stamp 2 of every image. That way, if we mess one up, we've got extra. We're going to use the rubber boots, which are so cute. Cute rubber boots, polka dots. We have a watering can and a jacket. Here's our watering can. and a jacket. Oh, and I didn't rub that one off. Hey, Dave.
Yeah.
Did you want to take the candy bars with you guys tonight?
Oh, we might do that, but I just looked at the clock and I gotta get the boys going here, so
Okay.
I think we will take the candy bars.
Well, here. There's a thing in there.
Okay. I'll make sure they don't eat all of them.
Oh, you know. All right, so there are all of our...
Harrison, I wasn't watching the clock. You gotta get dressed.
All right. So we've got all of our little pieces here. We'll stamp our sentiment a little later. Gonna move these back. I'm gonna hit this with my heat gun really quick, just to make sure that that ink is really dry before we introduce some water. I'm gonna grab my heat gun. All right, and I need my water. All right, have heat gun will travel. I just want to make sure my ink is nice and dry. Okay. And let's see, I'm going to want a piece of paper, grid paper, that I am ripping to smithereens. Here we go. All right, and so the colors in this paper collection are Glacier, Lagoon, Pear. I'm going to pull those. Glacier, Lagoon, Pear, Smoothie, Sunset, and White Daisy. Okay, and so this is going to help me when I'm looking at colors to choose for the different parts. So I want to do the boots in the green. So I'm going to want to do them in Pear. We can follow along right with the color. So we're going to look for a bright green. And these are going to be in the basic color set. So what you do with these is you actually open them up. It gives you kind of a stand on your own. You break the box. There's a perforated edge for the box. You push your pieces back up and close the bottom end of your box. And then your pencils stand up, so they don't roll around or go hiding anywhere. Alright, so I'm going to do that with both of them. So again, you just open the bottom. You pull out the bottom little thing. Open the top. Push this one back, and then again, this one will stand up as well. So now we can grab our, this one is called Citrus Leaf, and it's a pretty nice green. So what we're going to do is, I'm going to color them in, and I'm going to pretty much color them in around the edges where I think they'll be the darkest. Okay, so that was Citrus Leaf. I'm not a big fancy color person. Oh, and I just killed my thing. I have a set of Dollar Roni set of brushes, but I bought one brush. I bought a Simply Simon's round number 4 brush. And so this is one that I have seen a lot of people use. It's kind of their traditional one. And so, that's what I bought. Alright, so one of the techniques that I had seen was you load your brush up with water, and you add water to the part that is not got color on it at all. Okay, so you add it to that part. Then you go back in to your color stuff and you start adding water and kind of pulling it out, and the water is supposed to pull your color out for you so that it kind of looks more natural, supposedly. So it's supposed to pull it out into the wet spot. So there's one reason why you want a wet spot, you guys. Not in a bed, but here. Alright. Alright, so we have a pair of green boots. Let's do a pair of blue boots as well. Let's see, which color blue do I want? I've got Star Spangled Blue and I have Dutch Blue. And honestly, neither one of these, we need a greeny blue. So let's go ahead and use the, nope. Thought I had like a turquoise. Frog boots. How about muddy boots? Alright, so we're going to use Ocean, which is kind of a turquoisey color. All right. Sorry, Martha. Oh, I was supposed to start with water in the non... And then we're supposed to color to activate the watercolor. All right. I know. So here are our greenish blue boots. So that was ocean. All right. Our umbrella, let's see. Actually, our jacket we're going to do kind of in our orangey color. And I think I'm going to use two colors. I'm going to use, I'm going to use sunflower and orange on our jacket. I'm going to add some yellow as well. Let's see what we got here. The umbrella has to match the boots. Okay. We can always make one of the coats match the boots, I guess. Oh, I forgot to lay down the water in the spots that didn't have any. Alright, so there you guys go. We've got our jacket that's got some highlights. And I have my phone, so I'll take some pictures before we cut it up. Alright, so what color should we make our other jacket? Should we do, let's do blue and green. We'll do the ocean color. And our, yes.
Camp card money.
Huh?
Camp card money.
We'll turn it in next week. On that, because we're good.
Okay.
All right. Do I want it to be a blue coat? Or do I want it to be a green coat? I think I'm going to do a blue coat. All right. They do sell unmatched socks now. They do, and it's popular. They sell socks at $1 a sock. Oh, that's pretty. Again, it'll look prettier as we kind of do. All right. So we need a green umbrella. And a blue umbrella. Okay. So we're going to again start up and add water at the top of our umbrella. And then we're going to go in and wet our paint. And supposedly the water is supposed to travel to where there's water. So add a bunch of water up at the top here. Touch the corners. And then come in with your brush and let it go. That worked really well. Okay. No, I'm using white daisy paper. Just the good old-fashioned white daisy paper from close to my heart. There's a lot of water on my umbrellas. Alright, we'll let them dry the rest of the way on their own, because we still have some. I want to do the buckets in, we don't have any pink. So one of the other colors, we've got our orange, we got our blues, we got our green. The one color that we don't have is this smoothie, which is this pinky color. But I kind of want I think I want to do my watering cans orange and yellow. Or one more orange, one more yellow. So I'm going to do this one more orange. And then I think we'll do this one more yellow. And then again, we're going to start with our water in the white spot and bring it to the color. And then we're going to flick it over . Luckily, we're fussy cutting. I don't like how that one kind of came out. I might like it when it's dry, though. I have a cute little flower, actually. Actually, in this set, had a cute flower. See that cute little flower? There's a couple of them. All right. Let's see what this does. I'm going to add a little yellow to this orange one because I kind of like that. Alright, so those are our pieces. I need to run upstairs for 1 second. I'm sure my husband did not lock the front door. I will be right back. Alright. So, now that I have shut everything upstairs. Alright. Let's go ahead. Martha, go hide. Alright. So now what we're going to do is I need to color the handles. I got brown bag here. Yeah, there we go. Lighten those puppies up. Alright. These are really, really easy to fussy cut. We're going to cut right on the line, kind of leaving the bit of black line. And then we're going to take a black marker and get rid of the white edges and just make it so that it is very dimensional. These would be really cute paper piece too. But that's a whole lot more fussy cutting that Martha would want to do. We might have to make 2 of these cards, considering all of my coloring turned out okay. I needed spring cards, so. I have a brand new card cutting guide coming out. That will be available in April. I have a ton of Autism Awareness Month events scheduled for April. I actually have a speaking engagement on April 1st that is completely sold out, so to speak. And that, so I'm really excited about that. Oh, and I just bent my little spout. And then I'm going to have to grab my X-Acto knife there. Okay, so we got our jackets, we got our watering cans. Let's go ahead and cut out our boots. Well, I am just tickled pink. My goal is actually to teach at convention. So that one hopefully will happen this next year or so. And then I want to get paid to speak. I want to do public speaking. Not that I really wanted to do that when I went to college, but I think I am now at a point where I want to do public speaking. And get paid for it. I think I want these boots to be shiny. Oh, might have wanted that piece for something. Oh. All right, now our umbrellas. All right. One more umbrella, Martha, and then you can open your eyes. Well, okay, maybe not, because I still have to, I have to use my X-Acto knife on the insides of the pot, the watering cans. Alright, guys. You still with us, Sue? You going to sleep on me? Alright, so we just got the little itty bitty pieces. So I'm just going to go in here with my X-Acto knife and go zoop. And zoop. Oh. There we go. All right. Probably. Probably. Thinking maybe my blade isn't sharp enough anymore. Because I'm sure having to go through, well, and I haven't used my X-Acto knife in forever. But that is why these little itty bitty scissors are amazing, because it just takes a little itty bitty hole to get in there and just snip them out. All right. All right, Martha. You can open your eyes again. I'll take a picture of all of our colored pieces so you guys can see the variations in them. Mm-hmm. So, think we're going to have to cut a second card because I think it'll be cute. All right, let's move this out of the way here just a sec. So here are our card pieces that we cut. So we're going to go ahead and attach this one here to our card base. It's got like a 1/8 inch border. Then we have our cute little, our white background piece. And then we have our green border. Then we're going to go ahead and use our border, our craft border stick here. And these are very retired. But I loved them and I bought a lot of them. Then we have our piece of, no, this is in the main catalog. This is on page 104 of the big catalog. Come on. There we go. You're welcome. And we've got a piece of silver shimmer trim, just like in the piece. I'm going to grab some baker's. Oh, you know what? Nope. I'm gonna grab the we had a fun event this weekend. We went to Sky High. Actually, we went to church, and one of the boys, bless their little heart, got a soda at church and put in his $5 bill and got these back. And he came to me and he said, Jerry Ann, why, James came back to me and said, Jerry Ann, why are these quarters gold? And I said, James, these are not quarters, these are dollars. And everything. And so he was pretty excited about that. That's a 2000. That's a Sacagawea. So anyway, I now have to send these to school so that they figure out what these are. So the kids don't think they're quarters. Alright, so I have, this is the extra thick baker's twine. Now this stuff, you guys, you really have to tie a knot at the end. This stuff unwinds. It really does. It really, really does. Gold quarters. Yep. Okay. So, the order in which these are hanging on the card are... Oh, we can't do that. We have to do... So we're going to do ours a little different so that the colors aren't right next to each other. But I think this one we're going to do on a different one. I think we'll do the... All right. I think we're going to need another little knot. So we're a little far away. We need it to dip down, but not that far. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my glue thing here. Put a little there. I'm going to cut this end off. I'm going to put a dobby there. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little dob there. The orange water can that has yellow. Like this. Okay. Yeah, that works out really well. Oh, what I forgot to do? I forgot to take my black marker. I'm going to use a big brush pen and go along the edges. It makes a huge, huge difference. I'm going to go ahead and glue this one down, but I'm going to take a photo of one that I didn't do that with yet, so you can see the difference. Alright, I'm going to take a photo of these two together. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the edges of this blue one. So you don't see the white edge. And I'm going to take a photo of it for you. I do have itty bitty well, I don't have the tiny, teeny, tiny ones, I don't think. But you know, there's probably ones in lots of places. Alright, so that is the difference. Apparently that didn't take a photo. Let's quickly get all of these done. Huge difference. That would be one of those things that I would just draw in. I have learned a few tricks. Alright, so we just got these boots. I am making at least 2 cards tonight because it's like 7:33 and we have 1 card. Apparently I'm getting slow in my old age. And I marked a bunch of cards. I'm like, oh yeah, we can whip that one up and we can whip this one up. All right. All right. So then we've got our umbrella. And then we have our watering can. And then we have our boots. All right. So I have our sentiment stamp. And so what we'll do is we're going to move this out of the way a little bit. We're going to go ahead and stamp this guy. And it says, by simple means come lovely things. And I think I want to use Lagoon. And then what I want to do is, do I want to leave that the right color? Yeah, I'm going to leave that white. All right. Okay. And then what we're going to do is use our paper trimmer. All right. So I cut this 1 by 3, just so you guys know. I'm going to do 1 by 2 3/4. And I have a ratty edge over here, so I'm just going to take care of that. All right, and now I'm going to use some foam tape. Or whatever I find that works. Oh no, that's too big. We have to cut this smaller. All right, much better. All right. All right. Hey. All right. Ugh. All right. So here is our little card. All right. And then it shows a staple. And I really should have done this before I glued this totally to the thing. So unfortunately it's going through to the inside. And it squished out my thing. All right, and so now all we need are some bling. And I have some gold sequins. Those look like dots. Let's see. What else we got? I have things that are retiring. I have lots of sequins. And, oh, let's see. I have some sparkles. Those are the wrong size. All right, well, oh, I've got some green too. Okay. I think, oh, no, I want this one. I think I need, here we go. So here is, where am I? There is that cute little card. And I am going to quickly, so I already know the measurements here, I'm going to cut this other piece. We'll do the orange side. The second one will go faster, guys. Just because all the coloring is done. I knew I'd find one in there. Oh, staple first, yep. Oh, and I got too close to the edge. I'm not even cut straight. Shimmer trim. Oh. These are close to my heart, and it is called Rainy Day C1597. Rainy Day. Yes, I know you want to go on there. Hold on. And then we staple. Oh, I forgot the white piece. That's okay. You know what? That's okay. We'll fix it that way. There we go. That works. All right. Let's see if we can get these to come down a little bit. By simple means come lovely things. It's in the stamp set. Don't tell Martha, though. Yes, I did, but don't tell Martha. She has a phobia. Well, I got 2 cards tonight before 8 o'clock, you guys. So here's the one. I'm glad we colored 2 sets of colors because they're really pretty. And I almost like this one better with the border down here than what the card shows in the book. And I love that this is down a little further than this up so high. You guys are all the way in. So now I made 2 cards in 2 hours. So I like those a lot. I'm going to add a block to that one to sit on. Alright, so that uses the Close to My Heart Rainy Day stamp set, which is C1597. Here are all the cute little pieces in it. It is on page 104 of the main catalog. And that is the cute card we made using the Wishes book, which told us the dimensions for the card and everything. So we'll go ahead and stick this back in here. All right. You guys want to color another one really quick? Okay, it won't be quick. But we could do the daffodils. That's another quick card. And that's in this one, the daffodil one. And it's another square card, you guys. But it'll stamp easy. It'll go really easy. So that would be Wishes all squared up. So I'll go back to the front. So on page 101, it is a 4.5 by 4.5 again. Oh, it's cute. It's just really cute. All right. We're going to get some spring here pretty quick. Let's see. I need my paper trimmer. So this is a 4.5 by 4.5 inch card. So our base is 4.5 by 9. I can tell you our center panel is going to be 3 by 3. Okay. And let's see. And let's find a piece of paper here. I want this green pattern paper, which is on the back side of this orange piece. And because I like being a close to my heart consultant, unfortunately I cannot give you the dimensions. You don't want to get kicked out because I like it. And then I need a cute little mat for this piece, which I am going to do out of the pear. And I think I'm going to go ahead and use the flip side for this little piece in there. And that would be everything we need to create this cute little card. Let's see how fast we can color this one. So all these pieces, we're just going to fold our card base. We're going to grab our daffodil stamp set. We're going to watercolor these little cute flowers. Let me see where my set is. The daffodil set is A1171. And that would be, let's see, right here, A1171. This one we've used before. This is the one that took us 2 hours to make a card with, so I'm going to redeem myself with 15 minutes. Nice, pretty daffodils. And I was supposed to leave room, and I didn't. So we'll have to fix that in a minute. Alright, so our daffodils are yellow and some orange. And we're going to do Clover Meadow for our green. Okay, the centers, I'm going to do an orange. And I'm just kind of scribbling right along the dark parts because I'm going to pull them out. I'm going to try really hard not to like make a huge mess here. Because I hear that when you're a beginner, you really should emboss this stuff so that things can't go outside the lines. And I heard that about Copic coloring too. Any alcohol-based coloring, that when you're a beginner, you really want to emboss everything so that everything stays in the it's when the cutting that all the colors stay within the pieces. So let's see here. I want it to be springy and fresh. Well, in the cutting guides, I've already done like 2 sets of cards, so I already know what the sizes are. Doesn't look too bad. This yellow is really light. right. Alright, so now I'm going to try a different technique here. Alright, so that's got a nice blue tint to it, which you can't see. Alright, let's go ahead and dry this up really quick. Okay. I'm going to stamp this just a little note. In black. Nah. You just go fast. That's the trick. You draw a dot, and you draw fast. The slower you go, the more likely you'll mess it up. So you go fast. So I'm just flagging the ends. And I'm going to take a piece of my thing. Voila! The dots. You just draw a dot and draw a dot. You just go. Alright, so this again was Wishes All Squared Up. And that was on page 101 of the Wishes book. I like this one too, but that one's going to take a little longer. Both of these are from Wishes as well. So, I think we did 3 cards today. We watercolored. We have some spring cards. I really like how these ones turned out. So we've got 3 tonight. Well, I know it's not the normal 12, and that it definitely is something better. That took me 15 minutes on the other card. So these ones were an hour apiece, and that was 15 minutes. So I had a great time with you all tonight. Remember that the Occasions Catalog 1 ends tomorrow night at 11:59 Mountain Time, 11:59 p.m. Mountain Time. And the new catalog that you all will be getting in the mail, if you placed an order between now and between November 2014 and current, that you should have a catalog in the next day or two, and that one goes live on Wednesday. So you guys are welcome to those. Other than that, April is Autism Awareness Month, and I will be doing a ton of stuff that way. If you'd like to join the if you'd like to join the Scrap and Stamp Creations.blogspot or Stamp and Scrap Creations Facebook group, just send me a request and I'll be more than happy to get you approved for that group. And we'll be back next week, 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time here on Ustream, and we'll be creating some more cards. I do have a cutting guide for some new cards, and we will also be making some scrapbook pages this month using the brushed paper as well as the blossom paper from the new catalog. So brushed is from the main idea book, and the brush collection is from that, and the Blossom is from the brand new one. Alright, if you have any questions, feel free to give me a ring or send me a message, send me an email. You can do all of that through my blog at scrapandstampcreations.blogspot.com. Good night, everyone.